do you want to say in 10 years' time we're going to be here? Who's got a vision?
Well, in 10 years' time, I actually hope that Kilmarnock doesn't need to exist in the form it exists today. That would be my statement. Yeah. So if we could exist more as a training academy and somebody who helps employers become disability confident employers, rather than as an employer, I would be very happy, because that means that the business community has realised and woken up to the fact that diversity as a workforce is absolutely critical.
Terrific.
I love the story in Scotland now. If you're 12 or 13, you learn about business through the medium of social enterprise. Wow. So you're learning all skills around entrepreneurship and commerce, but through a lens of care. And so you kind of think that if you start to build that kind of practice into our learning systems, what does that mean in terms of the next generation of entrepreneurs? So, there's this old cliche, but like, sort of putting yourself out of business, but like taking the word social away from enterprise, because, that's just the way it's done.
Does that resonate for the iwi economies?
I think it does. I think if we kind of think where iwi will naturally go is they will funnel their funding back into education and health. Doesn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me at all. Within 10 years you would see out of probably frustrated with the government system, an iwi run school, and they will feed the kids. They will have, particularly up north, we've got a number of even things like school tours, which are very hard to eradicate, but they'll run a school. They'll have nurses available, sort of thing that Dr. Lance O'Sullivan has been talking about for a while. And so I think you'll see an increase in social business moving into almost like what we'll almost consider a governmental space at the moment, and expecting that to continue. You'll probably see a lot more interface between business, and so the continuing of that leaning in, as Alex called it, I think will continue, and I think we'll be stronger for it. So I expect sort of an exponential increase, because there is a large rump of so it's probably a terrible way to express it, a large volume probably of treaty settlements still to come, and once those are complete, particularly because in some of them the hardest ones to sort of not have been in the poorest areas, and once they go through, the impact of those on the social enterprises around them and their expectation of businesses they see alongside. Because actually we saw another example was we saw 13 iwi come together, combine their fishing quota. And they said, look, if you want our fishing quota, you're going to have to tender for it. And one of the requirements of the tender were very close to social, so a whole bunch of social outcomes. How you maintain fish quota, how you educate your own people, how you choose to educate our people, and a whole bunch. So we will just see the prevalence of that sort of filtering through the whole economy. Right. So it will continue to rise. And expect more of us in the sort of more pure corporate sphere. And I think that's a good thing. And I think that'll be a particularly good thing for New Zealand, because of our small size and strong base there. We'll be stronger, I think, than a lot of other countries. Because you probably, if I think, I've also practiced law in Australia, it's not quite as prevalent over there because there isn't such a strong. They've got some fantastic social enterprises, and those that will touch base with the Aboriginal communities get exposed to it. But in New Zealand, because of the strong Maori economy, strong Maori base, the exposure to social enterprise ideas is just much higher.